Okay, so for this shot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my trail knee really flexed, and I'm just going to try and get my pelvis turning level with the ground.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and that feels like a great thing to do. Now, I'll tell you what, a couple of things. My back's hurting.
Yep,
right?
no doubt.
I thinned the heck out of the ball,
Yep.
but I thought keeping my trail knee flexed and turning my hips level with the ground was a good thing.
Big misconception. So again, we spoke in some previous videos regarding how you rotate or your kind of concept behind rotating. And I think the right hip and the right leg and how they work in a golf swing is really, really big for any level of golfer to increase the range of movement and to keep obviously that all important relationship with the ground. Okay. Yeah. If you just demonstrate another one for me, just practice swing. You don't have to have a ball there. So a couple of things that we're looking for. Obviously, the biggest thing that we start to see here when you do this right, we've lost a little bit of flex in the right leg here, but this right hip has moved up and it's moved back and behind you. So why is that so important? Well, two things you've done here naturally now. You've created a much bigger rotation in your upper body. We're looking from the ground upwards here. But the second thing, we've maintained that relationship, that all important relationship with the ground in terms of you staying in your posture.
Yeah. And if we were to simply just put a golf club across my belt line here, and actually it might be a bit too hard to see from the front, but maybe if I just turn around from this opposite side and I do that, and if you could point out to players really what they can see from the behind.
So what do we see now? We see the right hip higher than the left. So again, that incline towards the ground, this left hip's lowered a fraction, but it's more the fact that this right hip's moved up and back and behind you, keeping your spine in a nice centered position for good ball striking.
Yeah. And if you're a player who's struggling to know what to do in the transition, how to start the downswing, there's a good chance that you're missing an element of this loading in the backswing, because that transition phase really will happen naturally as an effect of a better backswing and ensuring that you're staying more over the ball.
Exactly, and a great drill for it, I mean, I often use with players is if you put an alignment stick, you've got belt loops here, put an alignment stick through your belt loops, you can sit, it would sit something like this, exactly. Now, if you just make some rehearsals now rotating up to the top, very similar to the shoulder drill that we spoke about, what do you see? You see this pointing down fractionally towards the ground. So that's, that's an incline, and that's a very, very positive thing for your golf swing.
Yeah, and the reason we're doing this is because the ball's on the ground. If it was up in front of us, you wouldn't really want to incline your pelvis too much because you'd hit the ball straight into the ground. But because we bend from our hips to our golf posture, we want to stay centered over the golf ball. We need a little bit of side bend to encourage that. The trail hip is going to get higher, the lead hip lower, and then from there, that's going to help us transition.
Exactly, and it's also going to generate more speed
and
more power, and who doesn't want that?
So it sounds like a whole bunch of things that we all want to do. All right, so I'm just going to get that feeling, and as we can see with all of the prescription from what Liam is giving us, it's a lot of dry drills, rehearsals, feeling it before actually putting it into effect. Even doing small swings, getting the same feel. This is the same thing that you do with all of your tour players, correct?
Exactly, and I think it's more important to know what you want to do as opposed to what you don't want to do. I think we're all very, very aware of things we don't want to do in a golf swing, but these dry drills, practice swings, they offer you the opportunity to be able to see and feel the things that you are trying to do. So now when you go ahead and hit a shot, you can kind of self-diagnose, you can self-reference, you understand what you're trying to do, and now you'll just compare that to when you go ahead and hit a shot.
Okay, pressure's on. Let's get the trail hip rising.
Nice work.
And by doing that, that allowed me to get ball first, ground second contact, crispy, clean contact with more compression.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.